I met sacred sexuality teacher Robert Silber from Hawaii in Greece in the middle of September 2015. And in this clip, he elaborates on what is conscious sensuality and how do you arrive at feeling that in your life. Welcome, meet Robert Silber.
The most important ingredient in making progress in the field of conscious sensuality is practice. I'm a great believer in not so much hard work, because we can, in Northern Europe, we can have this very esteemed view that the most moral person is the person that denies themselves the most and works the hardest and suffers. My understanding is not about suffering and hard work, but dedication and discipline and practice, and showing up even when we're having emotions, even when we feel like giving up, continuing to go to my yoga mat every day and practicing, continuing to sit on my meditation cushion every day and practicing. And that's not a sense of repression, but discipline in the sense of just trusting the process that whatever I'm doing, if I do it with consciousness and dedication and love, I'm going to start to reap some results. And in the field of sexuality, we need to practice. And most of us were not given the opportunity or encouragement as children to explore our bodies. As teenagers, we were likely shamed by our parents, by our teachers, by our church, and told, okay, well, if you are going to explore, you should find that one special person and you should just wait until you fall in love with them and wait until you're really sure. And it's a good idea to really love someone before you open yourself sexually, but the shadow aspect of that message is that sensual, sexual, erotic exploration is harmful. And it's not. Actually, if you're given a lot of freedom and support in erotic exploration as a teenager and as a young adult, you're much more likely to be very responsible in your relationships and with your children later in life. Unfortunately, many people don't explore until they're already in midlife, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we have a huge opportunity to explore earlier in life, and that way we can actually bring our consciousness to the point where when we have children, we're actually able to really be present for them and support them. So this whole idea of practicing is, for me, a central concept. And how do we practice? We have a community of people to practice with, because if we just practice with one person, we get attached. And this is not to say you shouldn't be monogamous. I've been in communities where many people are monogamous, yet we agree to do certain practices, communication, emotion, some level of touch or sensuality with more than one person, because what that means is we actually take responsibility for what we're experiencing. If we only ever practice with one person, we have the mistaken assumption that that energy is dependent on the other person. So once you've gotten that clear, then you can merge in and joyfully and without fear be in monogamy. But as long as you're in some fear of losing someone, then you're likely not able to have experiences where you're just simply witnessing. And so doing practices where one person's giving and one person's receiving are very useful in helping us to tune into what's happening within ourselves. And when we practice with a number of different people, again, you can hold boundaries against genital contact. You can hold boundaries however you want to hold them. But just simply the act of practicing intimacy with other people and finding our authentic truth, speaking our boundaries, asking for what we want. When we practice with a wide community, then when we have that special person we want to dive deep with, we have way more tools at our disposal. And we're not having to rely on a dogmatic religion telling us how we're supposed to act. We can be authentic, and through that authenticity, we have a much deeper connection with whoever we're partnering with.